Now everybody's looking at us.
I know. Weird. You want to talk about
the whole coffee shop's looking at us.
There's a line of people that want to order something.
Yeah, too bad. We're doing a podcast.
Yeah, no, wait your turn.
Today we're at a coffee shop. Today it's very weird.
Yeah, we're back in a coffee shop.
We're supposed to do something special.
It is special
because next episode is
this episode is special. Yeah, you're getting a precursor to the actual special.
Yeah, no.
Next episode is one whole year of doing the podcast.
Yes,
which is very exciting.
We have it's the never-ending anniversary because we had episode 50 and made a big stink about that. But that's not the
I'll
we
find
can't
a reason
there.
to celebrate again soon. 69.
Oh, good point.
Oh, yeah, what are you going to do for that one?
We could do something there. Today we're at Southdown Coffee in Long Island. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, that was a long drive. It was a beautiful drive. Yeah, I left at 2. It took 4 hours to get here.
Oh my goodness.
It was very stressful.
All the way from Australia.
All the way from Australia. There was a point where I came out from Jersey. I went all the way around New York City and I popped out and I had this view of New York City, like the entire skyline, and it was beautiful. Very nice. It was worth everything. And this area is super nice too.
This area is very nice. Yeah. I used to have an office. Me and Piscini back there had an office that's like a block away.
Where can I get it? No, this was too far.
You could if you want. It's like a WeWork situation. You don't want
WeWork?
Yeah. You work, I work, you work.
We all work.
Everyone work. No, it's like a shared space. I got that because I was at my parents' basement. I used to work out of their basement and it was flooding and they had to redo the whole thing. So I got kicked out for 2 months. So I had to get a little shared office space.
So it was just for 2 months?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
It was good. It was nice. It was cool to drive up here and work with Piscini over there. It was a very tiny room. What are we talking about today?
You know what I like?
What?
Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh my God. Let's just talk about that for a whole couple months.
It comes out tomorrow, technically today, because I am Australian.
Oh, because you could play it. I thought you were just letting us know.
No,
in case we forgot.
The Australian eShop, you can download things early. So I'm sure at this point I already am live on Twitch with it.
I'm getting it from the Wizard.
Oh yes.
Yeah, the Wizard's dropping it off to me today.
Have you actually ever talked about who the Wizard is?
No,
The Wizard.
The Wizard is just a mom and pop shop that's in New York that just doesn't care about street
what
dating.
The Wizard is. What?
You showed it in the You showed it in the video.
I've never shown.
You can't take down the veil.
No, I've never. Stop! You're giving too many clues away.
It's just like End of the Yellow Brick Road. You're halfway along the road and someone's like, "It's just a mom."
It's one mom
behind the curtain.
This mom and pop shop doesn't care that people know, but I don't want them to get in trouble.
Right.
Because I don't want them to stop doing it, you know?
Like the mom and pop store that I did or did not get my Switch from.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
High five for theft.
You posted a video.
I did.
About your stupid Switch.
Did you watch it?
I did watch. I was infuriated.
Why?
I got 3/4 of the way through the video. I was like, he lied about where he got the Switch. I can't believe this guy. He lied about it. Now no one's ever going to believe him again when he makes another stupid video.
Wow.
And then 3/4 of the way through the video, you're like, I'm just kidding.
Did I actually get you?
You got me, yeah.
Really? At the Sharpie and drawing on?
Yes.
Wow.
Because I didn't look that hard, you know?
That's what I was
The only thing
for.
that, like when you showed me the picture during the podcast that you got if you don't know, he made a video about where he got the Tears of the Kingdom Switch.
And the whole thing was a lie. And I pretended that I faked it.
It was a goof. He played a goof on it.
It was a goofy gaff.
Yeah. He made it seem like he lied about where he got it, but then anyway, where was I going? Who are you?
You were mad at me.
Yeah, because I thought you lied about where you got it, and then halfway through the video, you're like, just kidding.
Did you I asked you to watch it because I tried doing a really cool shot for the sponsor.
That's why I watched it. Yeah. And then I got mad that you lied to me about where you got the Switch, but then it turns out you didn't lie, you were just pulling a goof. But that was a cool shot.
Thank you. I had some people message me about that while they were watching it. Scoot was one, and Ham. But Scoot, I got a message saying, "Oh my God, I can't believe you did this, you dick." And then almost instantly he said, "Oh, you got me."
I got people going into my chat on Twitch being like, Wood's a liar, blah, blah, blah. I was like, finish the video.
Yeah, because...
Just watch the end of the video.
Because it's so far in, there's a lot of people that think that I was lying. I just convinced them, and then they got bored of the video and left.
Yeah. You know, I do want to say, it's insane that I fell for it. because I was at his house.
You saw it.
yeah.
I like literally thought about this. I'm like, I'm so dumb. That's
You held it.
I held it. I
front
had
of your
it in
face.
my hands.
He held it and didn't get Sharpie on his finger.
It was an interesting split reaction because 99% of people loved it. It's like a highly liked video for me. Like it's got double the likes of normal. Views are great. Comments are awesome. But there was also on the reverse side, a lot of people that thought they call it clickbait. So they don't want to watch it and they just assume that it is actually fake. And I was clickbaiting before with having it.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of comments, especially on Twitter with like, you did it again. Like you'll do anything for views. Like you should have more self-respect. There was someone that said, no wonder you're depressed. There was so many. And I was like, you just watch the video.
What does that, how does that make sense? No wonder you're depressed.
They said something like you should have more respect for your audience. Clickbaiting like this doesn't get you anywhere. And then the last line that they paragraphed out, no wonder you're depressed. And that, by the way,
I don't understand.
Was another Switch channel. And in the bio said father and son team. I was like, what the heck?
High five. We just dunked on this guy.
Was that the son or the dad?
It was a little kid.
Would do anything for views, I think had the wrong Australian. So
who's the right Australian?
Chad.
Anything for views.
Oh.
Literally anything.
That was a joke.
Yeah.
Sorry. You don't have to laugh.
That was one of my favorite videos I've made. I love that video. It was so fun.
The Switch video?
The faking it one.
Switch video?
Yeah.
You did you told me to watch it because you did a cool tracking shot for the sponsorship. Did you composite your video onto the Switch?
Yeah, I brought up a 10-hour loop of green screen.
Okay.
And I just green screened me.
Now you can use that for anything.
True.
You have a plate. You can do that.
True.
You know what else you can do?
Mm-hmm.
Make it an unlisted YouTube video and just play it on a Switch.
That would be good. The annoying part was when I did the shot of me standing with the camera mover because I had to green screen me onto the Switch, to the monitor, and then on the camera monitor. So I had to like do it 3 times. I had a monitor on top of the camera.
Right.
So I had to green screen all of them to make it look like I was still on the Switch for that. Watch it back, you'll see.
I don't remember that. I just remember the Switch.
Is there a leak in here?
You trying to, this is no stupid ass segue?
So Zelda leaked.
Oh my God.
Wow. I got so confused for a second.
There is actually no leak in here. It's a very pristine.
I was concerned we'd have to evacuate.
We didn't. Did we mention? We said we're here at Southdown.
Yeah, you
in
did.
Long Island.
How much coffee have you had? You have to stop.
A lot, dude.
He's had
I
a lot of coffee.
And it's very good.
Right before we went to start, he looked at me and said, I've had a lot of coffee.
I did. I had one today before I even came here. And then they made me one. This is an oat milk flat white.
Okay.
Actually, it's water. I drank it all already.
He actually did. He had like this much coffee left and he poured water in and it's like brown water. He's just drinking
very
brown water.
grossed out. I was like, it's
very
Americano
gross.
with almost no coffee in it.
Zelda leaked.
Yes.
So it's technically out right now, but it already had leaked a week or 2 ago. And there was a bunch of drama that surrounded the leaks, including Kotaku and Nazis.
Okay, that I need explained to me.
A lot of, but do we want to just start with the leaks in itself? Have you seen anything? Did you look anything up?
No, I don't want to look at anything because normally I don't care. Like I don't care if there's like previews of the game. Like I'll check it out. Like if somebody's going to report on it. But I also don't care about people pirating stuff, except for current Switch stuff. Like I think it's very strange.
I don't like it.
I don't like that people are downloading Tears of the Kingdom and playing it.
I don't like it. It's also like
posting the previews of their stolen content.
Yes.
Like
I've been so scared about avoiding leaks and spoilers. I had to delete a comment today on my video because someone just posted a straight up spoiler. It was a light spoiler. You want to hear it?
No.
It's very, I don't even consider it a spoiler, but I still
then sure. Everybody close your eyes if you're listening to this podcast.
In my tier list, I put a tier list video today of ranking every Zelda.
I saw that. I didn't watch it because fuck you.
No, I had to fix what you did. So now I have the official correct tier list on my channel if you want to watch that as well.
Mine was perfect.
Well, it was perfect for you. Actually, people loved that episode.
There was a lot of strange comments. A couple of death threats, but that's okay.
There were people that agreed with you.
That I'm shocked.
Oh, actually, can I read you a comment I saw on the way here?
I'm shocked by the people that were like, yeah, I get it.
I am all over the place right now. So
so much coffee.
This is your clientele. I have only played Ocarina and Breath of the Wild, but Bob is right about Ocarina. As a Zoomer,
Whoa.
this is who believes you. As a Zoomer, I always felt Ocarina is overhyped and outclassed by modern games in story, gameplay, and depth. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Imagine that. It feels odd when people continue playing this game and
It's the
consider it the greatest
nostalgia
game of all time.
goggles.
It's almost like saying the original Mario Bros. Or Pac-Man is the greatest game of all time.
The original Mario Bros. Is my favorite game of all time, though.
This is who you're appealing to.
Yeah.
The same people that like our soap videos on TikTok.
No.
Actually, I noticed
Okay.
I noticed that I'm all over the place. Maybe I asked for decaf. What did you give me? What was I saying?
I don't know.
Oh,
You got
TikTok.
a really cute tiny spoon,
TikTok. We are blowing up on TikTok. We have 40,000 followers on TikTok now, and almost all of our talks get like hundreds of thousands of views.
though. Really?
I don't understand what's happening.
I did see a couple of me
I know,
trashing Zelda
I know.
games, and the comments are fucked up.
It's wild. We only have 60,000 subs. I want that play button. TikTok is going to pass
Oh
YouTube.
yeah. That's
I
a good point.
realize now there's a war of followers between TikTok and YouTube, and I think we're going to hit 100,000 followers on TikTok before YouTube.
We should put shorts on the main channel
100%.
It's a different conversation.
because then we'll get those same types of numbers.
We can try it.
Put the Joe Rogan music too. That'll really sell.
Joe Rogan music. Oh, we should green screen us in the Joe Rogan set
Yeah, we can make it happen.
and try to push some sort of pill.
Give Bob Alpha Brain.
There you go.
See how he handles it on 4 cups of
Only
coffee.
if you cut to Joe Rogan making one of his weird noises after whatever you say.
What
Because that
noises
works
does he
really
make?
well.
I've never watched a Rogan.
What noises does he make?
So there's one, I don't know, there's one where, do you want me to actually?
Yeah, do the noise.
So, but pull the mic away from me a little bit. There's one where he's just going like,
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
He does that every
just
time.
cut
Every
to
time
him
he's
doing
done
it.
talking on his podcast.
We'll
he
just
does
cut to
that.
him doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I just.
Have you seen
God,
his
it's so-
nipples?
I have seen
They're
his nipples.
perky.
It's like the old Mentos commercials where they get like really big nipples.
Mentos?
What do you say?
Mentos.
Mentos?
Mentos? Well, that's not as fun.
Wait. I've never seen a Mentos commercial where they get really big nipples. That
But have you
sounds,
seen a Mentos commercial?
That sounds like a fake.
I usually get them right before the fun videos start.
I'm pretty sure.
What are we-
Mentos is an opera.
The
are we
Zelda
doing?
leaks. Sorry,
Okay.
we're having too much sillies.
I don't like that people are playing the game right now. And
Oh, I didn't
posting
tell you
about
what the
stuff.
comment was though.
Oh, the leak
the comment on my
Okay, everybody
video
close
today.
your eyes if you listen to
The
this.
comment on my video today, because in my video I talked about the weapons breaking in Zelda, and I was like, I wonder if the new one. They were like, oh, I hate to tell you, but after playing half the game, the weapons do still break.
Okay, well, that's
So
obvious.
yeah, it's obvious. But
just assumed
I
obvious.
still blocked him.
There should be, it'd be,
Well, he's
No, you're right.
pirating
Yeah.
the game.
You're not wrong.
Also, that's a horrible way to play it. You remember when Breath of the Wild was first emulatable? It crashed all the time. It was laggy.
and
They
that's
have to-
the best way to experience Breath of the
They
Wild.
have to iron out the bugs. The community has to come together and like make mods to make it run more stable and fix it up. I can't imagine playing Tears of the Kingdom on Yuzu.
I
Yuzu
think
sucks.
it's probably fine. I think it's probably optimized.
Oh, how do you know?
well, because it's almost the same as Breath of the Wild.
He's a pirate.
They're just copying and pasting it, basically.
He's playing it already.
I think it'd be nice if they had some sort of way to like enchant the weapons that you like later in the game.
Well, we don't know that yet.
Yeah, we don't know.
We
The guy's
would-
only
we might
50%
know
of the
it.
way through.
We might know it today.
Can you run to Gaddon?
That I didn't want to ask him,
Okay.
and he's blocked, so I can't go back.
By the
There-
time people watch this, they're gonna know.
There was
Yeah.
a demo event that they did. They invited some people to it and they talked a little bit about it. And they brought up weapon durability. If you guys want me to give you the facts that I know
Is it
just
from leaks?
from that. No, it's from the legal, like Nintendo invited event.
I don't want to know.
Okay, I won't tell.
Well, if Nintendo said it, I kind of want to
Yeah,
know.
but
Yeah,
I want to be.
Nintendo
I want to
said it.
be treated.
It's nothing that they didn't already show. They just explained it more in clearer
so they still
words.
break.
I'm sorry?
They still break.
They still break, but they showed this off in the 10-minute demo gameplay trailer. If you fuse it, it just brings it back up to like a hundo.
Because it becomes
Fuse
a new
it
weapon.
with something else.
When it
Yeah.
breaks or when it's breaking.
When it's blinking red.
Yeah.
You
fuse it and it's-
with
it's-
something.
it's
and
good.
then it
It's a new
replenishes.
weapon, so that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's a different weapon then. 'cause
Right.
it's
Yeah.
fused with something else.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah. I can't
Okay.
wait to fuse things.
I know. I'm gonna fuse a lot of stuff. I saw Polygon posted like a TikTok that seemed like they were playing a leak or something. Like,
Oh,
there's an embargo, like,
what did you hear about Kentucky?
and I saw them fusing stuff.
Did you hear about
I heard about Kotaku's.
Kentucky Fried Chickens?
No, I don't know about that, but Kotaku,
So Kotaku
yeah,
has previously in the past
they're Nazis.
been known for posting leaks of things and talking about, what was the last one? It was like Pokemon?
So I
where
heard
they
that
were like, you can play Pokemon on PC. Here's how you do it.
I heard it started with Metroid Dread.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could play Metroid Dread
I think
on
there was
PC.
a preview of that.
So they've done this before, and Nintendo clearly...
That's when they got blacklisted, supposedly. But I thought
They don't
that they
like
were
it.
blacklisted for a while.
Well, they are now.
Okay.
Because they just
Join the
love,
club.
They love
Kotaku.
doing this. Yeah, welcome on in, everybody. They love doing this. They love teaching people how to emulate Nintendo's newest games, which does seem like
I
a really...
I don't think that's exactly what they did. I think they
Well,
just said
they're
that
like-
people are emulating it. I don't know
Yeah.
if they showed exactly how to do it.
They
But it would
they
be
said
a-
how.
It would
and
be...
They
what
had an article
program.
about how to emulate Metroid Dread.
Even if they did
Oh,
it...
did they pull an RGT? RGT straight up just put
yeah,
the video.
RGT's trying to freaking...
He's like trying to.
He's got the
dig a
red
hole.
cape at the ball.
Yeah,
They said what program to use, I believe, and that's
that's what I don't think they had like a tutorial. I
No,
think they were just like
no.
people are downloading
Yeah, but
Yuzu and playing Metroid.
Can you
Dread.
imagine if I was still an ambassador? And in a way, Kotaku is, because they're what these companies, these bigger companies, actually do work with Nintendo. They're not called Nintendo
They're
ambassadors.
reporting on the news.
Yeah, but they get
it's
games
news.
early. This is
Yeah.
one of the very, very few publications that will give the game early. To Nintendo Life, to Kotaku, they will actually get it maybe a week early and
Yeah.
give them time to play it and
Yeah.
get the review out day one. So if you're in that position, maybe don't tell people about the leaks and where to find them and how to get them and how to play them. I
But
mean,
I don't think they went that far, is what I'm saying. I think they just said people are playing Metroid Dread early.
I believe the article. I haven't looked at this since Metroid Dread. That
It might
launched.
have showed footage.
Metroid
yeah.
Dread taught you how to do it.
Oh well, there you go.
I'm
But
pretty
they had
sure.
they had the event where I saw Zeltic did it. You can go. They had people play an hour of it or 20 minutes of it that you couldn't show, and then they had an hour of gameplay that you could capture and show certain things.
Honestly-
that was the event that was like last week.
Something as big as Kotaku, even if bare bones, all they did was, oh, guys, Zelda has leaked. People are playing it on PC using Yuzu emulator. So watch out for spoilers. I still think that's walking the
I
line.
have it. They haven't. They had I remember this article. It said Metroid Dread is already running on Switch emulators, and it's all about how Metroid Dread's already running. But there was an update at the very bottom. This was in 2021. It says an earlier version of this story was understood by many readers to be a direct suggestion to illegally download this just released game. We regret this interpretation and apologize as the original article did not meet our editorial standards. And that's
Why didn't
why
they just
they
take it
blacklisted
down?
I do also want to bring up
Well, they changed the whole article.
Nintendo was not the first one to block and ban Kotaku. They're following Bethesda. Bethesda
That's
was
what
the
it
first
was.
company to block and ban them for talking about leaks and insider info
well, I mean,
about their
to
games.
me, this all just sounds like they should know better by now.
Yeah.
I
Kind
mean,
of.
this was everyone's argument with Point Crow. You should know better. We can argue whether or not he should have. But
It-
Kotaku at this point has been warned enough.
It's a fine line that is blurring more and more every day between games journalism and being just an influencer talking about video games. Because like we can get away with a lot because we're just the guy talking about
just
video
guys.
games.
We're just
But
silly guys.
we do get like media access to some stuff.
We're just
and
a couple
and then
of
we're
boys.
like journalist lights, you know?
We're just
So-
a couple of silly fellas
Journalists are held to a different standard.
dicking around with their little coffee, talking about Nintendos.
I need a little more coffee.
The reason why we're going a little hard on them is because they're complaining.
They're complaining about being blacklisted. Join the club. We've all been blacklisted.
Ethan Gaksh, I don't know how to pronounce it,
Yeah, let's
tweeted,
name them.
I'm reading the tweet.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's preview day for Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, a huge game I would love for Kotaku to be able to inform its millions of readers about firsthand. What? Sorry, I just saw
I
your
don't get
face. I'm not finished.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Nintendo still has it blacklisted from advanced coverage, a move I would argue is both unprofessional and what's that saying?
Let me see. I know English isn't your
I'm
first
a
language. You're
YouTuber.
from Australia. Unprofessional and coercive.
Coercive is a word.
Coercive.
Good job, guys.
There's two vowels next
You're
to each other.
both successful YouTubers.
1 million subs, baby.
I went to college.
I
Me
never had.
too, but seems like I did better.
State school, baby.
I did my best in high school.
I did not.
They told me I passed.
They told me, "Are you in remedial classes?"
I was in the smart kid class in
I
grade
was
10.
so.
That's what
not.
they called it.
The smart kid class.
Yeah.
No, they called it the ship class.
Sure.
Students, something intellectual, something dumb.
Oh, honey.
Maybe my mom just told me that. It was the dumb
Why are there
class.
swastikas on your phone?
That's my wallpaper.
How did this turn into that? This is what is this article?
This is what Kotaku was saying about the thing. Now you made me lose the swastikas.
Hurry up, get them back.
It was
I
a
can't
tweet
find them.
written by Luke Plunkett, who wrote, "For the record, this is how I feel about publisher blacklists."
And he posted a Nazi fighter jet.
No. It's an American fighter jet with flags adorned, symbolizing that's who he shot down and how many.
It's
Jesus.
Nazi
Yeah.
and Rising
And
Sun
there's the
flags.
Japanese flag.
Yeah.
Which
Yes.
God damn. That's even worse.
not really understand what it is. Then, like, I'm not. Is he saying that he's the Nazi?
He's
Because
saying
he
that
was
he's
shot
the
down?
American fighting the Nazis. and the
I
Japanese.
didn't study the picture. I thought what he was saying is Nintendo were Nazis. As
That's
in,
what I
like,
took it as well.
That's what he's saying. He's fighting against.
But now I'm realizing-
an oppressive
But it-
force
Well, that
is
is what they're
Nintendo.
saying.
It also looks like, because like he got shot down by
said that word a
Nintendo,
lot
so it
today.
kind of implies that he is one of the fighter jets that is adorned on the
Who is this guy
plane.
again?
He's a senior writer at Kotaku.
I thought he was
He
a
shouldn't
senior
be.
writer.
He is.
He shouldn't
He
be.
still is a senior
He
writer?
still is.
Tweeting
And
this.
You know what?
Be.
I think the funniest thing is he deleted that tweet, and then
Well,
he
yes.
right. So I'm gonna bring you my phone just because
Whatever,
I feel like that's easier.
Whatever reason Nintendo had.
Oh my god, it's a wireless microphone. We have
Yeah.
such a
Whatever
good production.
reason Nintendo had for blacklisting him, they
All
are
out, baby.
solidified.
So he deleted the tweet and then screenshotted his own tweet and posted it. Hi, I wanted to talk about a bad and dumb tweet I made.
So he
earlier
just
this week."
re-uploaded the tweet.
yeah.
and then he has a whole.
I
No,
don't.
but photos don't do well on Twitter. So he thought not too many people will see it.
He is in fact a
So
senior
he
writer.
put the photo up.
But photos do well.
They do.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
Okay.
Is they do much better.
Whatever reason Nintendo had to blacklist Kotaku, they are justified in their blacklisting now. Because that's messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate Kotaku. Is it Kotaku? How am I ever saying it right?
Kotaku, yeah.
Kotaki?
Kotaku. They're sponsors.
We got
I
Mexican.
think they do questionable things.
Tacos are on the way.
I didn't order it. I had Taco Bell.
We all ordered together
We
as a
literally got
cooperative.
Peruvian food. I'm pretty
Co-
sure.
Taco.
Coercive.
Coercive.
Y'all learned a new word today.
Did I say that American or Texan?
Well, you mix up Mexican and Peruvian, but
What do you mean?
it's Peruvian food.
The
No.
food we got is Peruvian.
We got Mexican food.
It said it on the site that it was Peruvian.
It said Cactus Cafe.
All right, guys. I don't think that's important right now. You guys,
You think
going to
cactuses
the
are
lunch
only in
next
Mexico?
week? There's a segue.
This is a great segue.
No, you know why I'm not?
Why?
Because I'll be getting the game a day early. I'll already be live on Twitch.
That's
but
sick.
even if I wanted to go,
Well, I wanted to go,
Mm.
and then the launch, like they do the Warp Pipe Pass.
you have to
You have
pre-register.
to pre-register.
So this
and-
is to go to the Nintendo of America store at midnight and pick up Tears of the Kingdom on launch
yeah,
night.
and it's an event. Like
Yeah,
like
it's
Jackson and I
exciting.
have been to a bunch of those, and like it's a huge thing, and then people wait in line and people show up. It's a good time, and they give you like special merch, and also like getting like the special edition that like you probably only get it there now. But like the Warp Pipe Pass came out yesterday at 11 a.m. and everything crashed. Like it was full blown syntax error, and I couldn't get in. And then Bob sends me a tweet at 11:15 saying, "Oh, it's working now," and it was completely sold out. And like everyone who normally goes to this could not get.
I was
the
gonna-
Nintendo New York City Twitter account said, "We fixed it. You can now register," and it was already.
I was going to say, because Alex C&D, who is known for doing the midnight launches and waiting 30 days for the new Switch, he was the first person to buy a Nintendo Switch in America, said he was going
there.
to go.
I was
You were
there.
there.
For that. Yeah.
Said he was going to go and then also couldn't get a ticket.
He's the guy.
He's
the guy that
I
does
told
that.
one that, and someone he like further goes on to ask like if anyone has like a ticket, like DM me, I'm willing to like make an offer. And some dude replied under him, "I'll send you any footage I get."
Oh, that's terrible. I went the smart route and I hit up Golan and I was like, remember me? So
really?
I think I'm still gonna go. Yeah.
Oh, can I go with you?
Look at
Must
the
be nice
privilege.
to still be able to work with
Look at the
Golan.
privilege this
Well,
man
I don't look.
This
I'll
man,
be fair.
industry insider.
I texted
Guy
them.
Fieri,
Yes,
can I
right.
go to the Nintendo
That's
World
right,
event?
baby. You ever been drunk in his pool? Anyway.
Yes, different story.
Yeah, you don't remember that. I hit up my old Golan reps. I was like, can I still like cover the event? And they were a little confused. They're like, what are you trying to get clearance to shoot? I was like, I just want to come to the event. And so like most likely I'll be able to go. But yeah, it's different. Like I feel bad because I still do the Warp Pipe Pass in case they don't let me go, but it was like totally impossible.
Yeah.
And I got a bunch of DMs on Twitter. Everyone was like, did you get in? It's like, no. It's like no one did.
Well, first of all, this is a huge launch because
No,
it's
it's,
Zelda.
yeah.
But they haven't really done launches in years.
This is the first since pre-COVID that it's like a mega launch. Because they've done some midnight launches, but nothing as big as this. The last big one was what, Mario or Pokemon? Like
It was Pokemon Sword and Shield.
yeah,
I think.
Pokemon. Well, I mean, Pokemon Sword and Shield was pretty big, but Mario Odyssey was like the biggest one.
I think the last time I went there was the OLED, but that was the day it came out. That was
Were we
wasn't
there
a
for that?
midnight.
We were
It wasn't
there.
a midnight.
We
it was
went with
the
Kit
day.
and Krista.
Oh,
Yeah, but it wasn't
okay.
for any. That
No, we
wasn't
just
for
went to
anything.
go.
I'm pretty sure I've
That
been
was
there
the Kit and
since.
Krista launch event.
Yeah, it's
They launched.
it sucks because like you know.
No, that does suck.
Someone was saying you should have just shadow dropped it because like I guess there were people just waiting to do it and then
Shadow drop. Oh, the
shadow dropped the Warp Pipe Pass because they let everybody know like
I didn't know it
3
was
weeks
going to
ago.
happen.
They
It
tweeted
shadow
it.
dropped to me.
They're the only ones who I have like alerts.
Would that
from.
be any different though if you shadow dropped it? Because people are just going to still be there.
Sure. I mean, in the way of like for people who I guess always go, but I guess I don't know. It's more like making it, I guess, more fair. But also it crashed. If it didn't crash, it wouldn't have been like that.
Mhm.
My opinion is I hate midnight launch culture, and I'm upset that it's coming back. It should have died.
I
with
love
COVID.
midnight launches.
I think it's that's a good service. That's like putting too much
But
into
the
it.
army.
I think it's nice because I want the game at midnight.
I love midnight
the second
launches.
it
We
comes
went to go
out,
watch
you know?
Mario at midnight. One of my favorite memories.
Oh, buddy, I love seeing that.
That's not a
movie with
video
you.
game. It's different.
I think that's different.
No, it's not at all.
No, I think it is because you're not going with like hungry people who just want to be there to see the movie. I feel like anybody can go see the Mario.
I
movie.
still remember going to Mario Odyssey when we were back in Texas, midnight launch at a GameStop, and there was like so many people in there,
I think the difference.
excited to pick up and play the game. And then I got to go home. I played it with Kim all night long.
I feel like that is better because I used to do the game.
That's an actual memory. I don't remember any other game I just went and got. I don't remember like what that was like, or like going to
I used to
GameStop
work
that day,
the midnights.
I
or
think-
like playing the game that day. I remember the midnight launch.
I think what Jackson's talking more about is specifically at the Nintendo store. It's like it's
Yeah,
because it's like
Is it? You
like
like kind of. Yeah,
because it does get weird. Like there are people who get weirdly like I don't know, and they want like it's all about content too, and you see like all the YouTubers there. I'm like, I mean, I did it too.
so why are you trying to go so bad?
Because I want to shoot.
Damn.
But I want to shoot. It's more like I'm not a Nintendo ambassador. I just want to go and shoot it. Like it's more that.
Okay.
I'm not. It's a weird like FOMO thing that a lot of people have.
A sold out crash site would disagree.
I want the game as
Yeah.
early as possible, even before I did this stuff. I want it as early as possible because I want to be able to be in the zeitgeist. I want to talk with other people about it.
Yeah.
I want to, other people are going to be talking about it. I want to be part of the conversation.
I want to stream it.
So if I would probably buy it digitally at midnight if I was
Yeah,
still.
I'm buying it digitally the day before, and I also have the collector's edition, which Scoot grabbed me.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting for that to get
I
delivered.
wasn't able. Oh, that's actually really why I want to go to the mid-launch because I couldn't get it, and the store is going to be the only place I can get the collector's
Yeah.
edition from.
It's handy to have those midnight launches, huh?
here's a sick idea. True.
I never said they were bad. I liked them. I used to go to the GameStop one
No,
all
I
the
did.
time.
I was the problem.
I just love them. I just like them.
Yeah, but I think it is different based on the
I
story.
think it's different than a movie, personally,
Yeah.
because like
I
at a
think
movie
it's
you're
almost the same.
no,
I
but
think
like
it's exactly the
with
same.
the movie you're
but I also
digesting
love
the entirety
games.
of the content, and then the game like you're gonna buy it. You're not gonna play it at midnight. You're gonna be too tired. When you
No,
go.
but that's the point
Oh.
of it is to play it at
No,
midnight.
no, 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 no. I will play the game till 5 a.m. if I'm going to a midnight launch. If I'm excited for a game, I'll be up all night playing it.
Yeah.
100%.
That's what's great about having it digitally is that you don't have to come home. You're already in your house.
I know, but I like going and seeing the other nerds, you know?
I used
They're
to
all
until
there,
I
they're sweaty,
started working
they
the midnights,
stink.
and then now I hate them.
It's midnight, so it's been like at least 10 hours since I woke up and showered.
Right.
You know, you get that wave of the one guy that just smoked weed and he's coming in.
I don't want to wait on a line.
You know, and you get the little tickets and they're like, you're number 3. And then you're standing there and there's that awkward guy in the line making jokes the whole time.
Trying to talk to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. I hate that. Don't talk
but
to me.
it's not. Oh, I don't want to be talked to, but
I distinctly remember one of the worst smells I ever smelled was the Skyrim midnight launch.
I worked that.
memories.
I worked that.
Memories.
Yeah.
I worked were you there too?
It was
Christine?
Bob. Bob was the guy.
I worked the
stunk.
Skyrim midnight launch and my friends came because they
He's
were
a
really
stinky
excited.
man.
They're really excited for Skyrim. Remember it came with a map?
No,
I got
I've never
excited.
played it.
I remember. Yeah.
I opened it and I was like, look, it's a map that you can't rip. And I ripped it right in front of them.
I pre-ordered Zelda at GameStop before they bumped it to $70. So I was able to get it for $60. And then they were like, oh, you can also get the wooden, there's like an engraved thing that you can get from GameStop. So I did pre-order from there because I do want that wooden thing.
I do want to try the Costco.
Hot dogs, they're good. They're like $1.
The pizza's good too.
And fun fact, they will never raise them in price.
I know.
You know what we messed up on, Bob?
We didn't mention that we're at Southdown Coffee.
No, we did mention that. What we did kind of mention but didn't do 100% correct. A couple episodes ago, we did a Skillshare sponsor.
Yes.
And we put the wrong link in the description.
Yes.
And the whole thing was first.
Do you know
1,000
why that happened?
No, and I want to hear in a second.
Okay.
The first 1,000 people to click it get Skillshare free.
Yeah.
We used the link from the last time we did the sponsor, which was the old link that had already used all of the 1,000 clicks.
Right. So nobody.
Nobody got and then Skillshare was like, guys, that's kind of dumb.
Yes.
So we're just going to put the link.
Because I was in the remedial classes and you were in the smart classes. So we're both. It should even out. Really. So it's your fault.
What does remedial mean?
Dumb, stupid.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's what I am. So we're going to put that link down below. This isn't technically a sponsor spot, but if you tried to use the Skillshare link and it didn't work for you, it'll be down below. First 1,000 people can get Skillshare free, and it's great to do that.
So
we actually need that because I didn't even know what remedial meant.
It's remedial.
I'm learning already.
And our manager emailed it to the two of us.
Oh.
Usually he puts it in the Discord. For some reason,
so
he
Hannah
emailed
didn't
it to
get
us.
it?
Yeah.
And then use the old link.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was the only one that was in the Discord. So
And I do that. I've done that before. I've used the wrong link.
Yeah.
It happens.
yeah. Because the friggin' sponsors almost never give us the link.
Yeah, I know. Until the very end.
Yeah. Until you give it to them and then they approve it and they
And then
give
they're like,
us
approved, here's the link. And you're like,
Yeah.
great, a scramble.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for clicking
Thank you.
that link.
Thanks, guys.
You know what links I don't click?
Yeah, sure.
You know what links I never click?
No.
Scam links.
Okay,
That'll
where's
get-
this going?
Because my channel will get possibly hacked, which is illegal. Huh. You know what else is illegal?
Don't touch me.
Possibly doing mods on YouTube of Breath of the Wild. That was a tough connection.
That was a lot of hoops you just jumped through.
I hooped him.
hooped them.
I hooped him.
Are we talking about Point Crow again?
Yeah,
Is it
we
Point
need
Crow
to
thing?
we need to talk about Point Crow one more time. This will be the third and last
It's not
time.
the last time.
It's the third and last
So
time.
not the last time.
Because we've talked about it twice in detail, and we both have had multiple people link us this video from a lawyer that went over the whole case and the whole situation. And they were like, you have to watch this because you two guys,
His name was
two guys,
Moon something.
are wrong. Moon something has it right. So
He did. He did a very good job.
we both watched Moonsty's video.
I think that's very close to what his name is.
Munster, his video it's like a lawyer explaining the law to simpletons, to remedials,
I have to say,
and we learned a
we
lot.
did get a lot right.
Oh no, we crushed it. I actually don't think we were wrong.
There's one thing that he gave insight on that I
Yes.
think was really helpful.
Yes.
We brought up, I think in the second time we talked about Point Crow, the Game Genie case.
Okay.
When
I have a different point to make.
Game Genie was proven legal because they didn't have any Nintendo assets or anything in their marketing
Mm-hmm.
or anything. There was another case. It was somebody was selling Duke Nukem fan-made levels.
Mm-hmm.
He talked about this in the video.
I
a
remember
lot.
this. This didn't connect with me, so I'm listening
So
again.
this is the court case that became case law for mods. which I think is really, really dangerous.
That is
and
weird.
bad for mods because that's not really a mod.
Yeah.
That court case was actually stolen assets. Like those are assets from Duke Nukem that were being resold.
Yes.
So I really don't think that applies here, but the courts might see it differently because they don't understand the technology. And that's what's really scary about this.
So should I summarize? If I might need to summarize that in simpleton terms, I like to do that. So what courts usually do is they use examples of other cases when they judge newer cases. And right now, when it comes to mods, what courts are doing is they're using this old case about Duke Nukem.
Well, what this YouTuber who is a lawyer thinks they would use.
And I do just want to clear up his name. His name is Moon Channel.
Moon Channel.
Go check out his YouTube video. It's sitting at 98.
It's very good. It's
a great video. I just want to give him a shout out.
So that the courts could be using that old Duke Nukem case as reference of, yes, mods are bad and illegal, but that wasn't, as you said, really a mod. It was fan-made levels.
Yeah. That were being sold, I believe.
Which are being sold. So you're selling the assets to the customer, which is directly ripping off Duke Nukem. Yeah. Whereas what Point Crow is doing is mixing around assets and giving you the code to mix those assets around.
I think that's a lot closer to what Game Genie did.
Yeah. So his point in there was interesting. And yes, Point Crow could stand to lose that case because of that. But does that necessarily mean that he should or that it's wrong? And again, this is where law so often comes down to people just making judgments.
What I don't like about the video is he didn't attribute it to right to repair at all. Mm-hmm. Because it's our game. We're buying the game. We should be able to do whatever we want with it. But I guess part of that is right to repair isn't really a law. It's something people are trying to fight to make a law, you know? So it's not as cut and dry as having the case law that happened with John Deere that I kept bringing up.
Yeah. The tractor one.
The tractor one, yeah. Mm-hmm. Where farmers tried to fix their John Deere tractors and John Deere told them, no, you can't do that. It's illegal. And everyone's like, did you say oh dear? Mm-hmm. It's like a joke?
Yeah.
That was funny.
Sorry.
Oh, what else? There's another thing I wanted to talk about. Wait, stupid.
With this thing?
Yeah, there was something.
So I had something.
Okay.
While you think.
Oh, the EULA. Go on.
Okay.
That's the thing in the back of your throat?
Something that we kept... Stupid. Something that we kept harping on about, and even Point Crow was under this understanding at the time, is that Nintendo were abusing the copyright system as a way of flagging his videos under copyright because they were mad about the mod. Now, I haven't seen this video in about a week now, and I'm trying to remember a lot of legal jargon, but what my takeaway was essentially they are actually within their rights to do that.
It's fair use. You brought up the fair use argument a lot, and fair use just does not apply.
Yeah, and I think it was because of the EULA. Nintendo actually are within their legal right to copyright strike and claim anybody's content at any given time if they determine that they want to.
Yeah.
It's just an if they want to. Yeah. So they are actually in their right to copyright because they want to.
Yeah.
So like, is it kind of maybe scummy that they did it? Maybe, but they're not doing anything wrong. And we were really harping on about this is wrong. You can't just do this because you want to.
Well, they can. He brought up Xbox and PlayStation, how their end user license agreements.
And it's like the same.
PlayStation's is the most egregious.
Yeah, it's like worse.
But yeah, it's the way we've always talked about this. Any game company, they own the rights to all of their games and all of the footage that could be made from those games.
But all of us are technically not, I guess, following. We are following the guidelines, but we
are not. We're absolutely not.
Okay.
because part of the EULA is you can't use third-party devices at all, and a capture card is a third-party device. So you can't even plug it into a capture card. Okay. You can't even plug it into an HDMI splitter. You're not allowed.
Oh my God.
You can go to jail.
I don't do that.
I do. I do a lot worse.
What I was going to say is we are allowed to, but apparently we're not even anyway. But even if we were allowed to, they are allowed to whenever
But that's according to the end-user license agreement.
Take it away.
I would have liked to have seen a lawyer explain why end-user license agreements are so legally binding. Because under my understanding is that should be arguments around end-user license agreements. Like if they're unreasonable or...
Would you say yes?
Or if you can't say yes before you purchase the thing. You buy it and then you're forced into the contract that you didn't read.
It is weird.
Yeah.
I've never ever thought so much about the EULAs and the license agreements. I just always just say yes. Just scroll to the bottom.
Yeah,
and say
because you're going to play it anyway. Yeah, and our understanding is that nothing's ever happened. But
do you think anyone has ever actually bought a game, just a general consumer, started reading the license agreement and went, no?
Yes.
I just took it back. Like, I didn't agree to the license agreement.
Absolutely. There's definitely some wackos that are going to sit there and make an afternoon about reading all the people who need to get the game at midnight. They need to get it at midnight because they need to read the whole end user license agreement by the time the sun comes up.
Day.
Yeah, exactly.
And you thought they weren't useful.
Yeah, look at him. Not me.
Yeah, so I think end user license agreements are very dangerous. I think the whole case law around modifications and stuff are dangerous. I think that we need to do something about the law around mods.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another thing that I wanted to talk about. Nintendo, just like yesterday, DMCA'd a GitHub link for the tool that you use to rip your own key off of your Switch game. So
they're just going after it.
You need this tool.
They're saucy.
To legally mod Breath of the Wild. So if you wanted to do Point Crow's mod,
they're forcing us to be illegal.
Exactly. This is the only way to legally do it, and they got rid of their DMCAing the only legal way to do it.
It's because they just don't want it at all.
Yeah.
They want nothing to do with it.
Yeah, that's insane. They're forcing people to do it illegally.
It is in a roundabout way, you are limiting their ways of legally doing it.
This is the way that you take the ROM off the cartridge, to be fair. And so it's your game. You should be allowed to do whatever you want with it. If I want to play it on the PC, I should be able to, but their EULA suggests otherwise. And they took it off of the internet.
So what I'm taking away from all of this is
that Nintendo are Nazis.
Kotaku might have a point.
That's what I was going to say. That is what I was going to say. I think that Nintendo were very salty about the mod and flexed their right to strike him down for copyright and strike him multiple times. I mean, what the main point and takeaway from the whole thing isn't wrong.
The law is messed up.
But what we've now established is they are within their right to do all of this.
But we knew that. We knew that the fair use argument just wasn't.
But we were really, I think we were both kind of stressing that them using the copyright system to come after them because he did a mod was scummy.
It is still scummy. It is
still scummy, but this lawyer actually connected the dots with, well, actually, because he's modding, it infringes on the copyright, and they can at any point, as part of their own guidelines, act on their copyright and claim.
We explained that in our first video. The only thing that you're now connecting the dots for me, the thing that the lawyer said was, we kept saying Point Crow's not selling this mod, so he's not doing it illegal. It's a free thing. But
it's not like tax evasion.
He publicly admitted to paying somebody $10,000 to make it, and that is definitely an illegal. So that
he had a real problem with that.
That makes it he incriminated himself by doing it.
Out of curiosity, is it legal to still put a bounty on it? Because he didn't.
That's what he did. He put a bounty.
He put a bounty on it. He didn't say this is a job.
Well, that would have to be defended in court.
Yeah,
because he put a bounty on it, and then it happened. So you connect the dots. A jury would probably say, "You probably paid the guy $10,000."
And the guy takes it as income.
And then you subpoena PayPal and be like, "Hey, we want to see all the transactions. If there's a $10,000 one, that's the one."
I guess I don't understand the legality of that because I know.
If you watch the video, it goes.
I have watched the video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, essentially, the takeaway was if they were to go to court, Point Crow would probably lose.
Yeah. Point Crow would probably lose.
Which I think is it's messed up that the courts favor these big companies in that way. I think something needs to be done about end user license agreements and modding because I don't think the law understands modifications.
No, the law I don't think would see the distinction between a Duke Naked case, for example, Duke Nukem, or what he's doing.
Or the Game Genie. I think the Game Genie is a better case law in this regard. Yeah.
So he would really have to, if he did hypothetically go to court, really have to have his lawyers explain that and fight for that and try and create a new case where certain things are okay. But chances are they might even see the difference and still be like, no.
Point Crow would have to be the the case law. He would
Yeah.
have to fight
He
for
would then
it.
be the case.
And
law.
that's too much work.
No,
you
that's
saw what
insane.
H3 went through with the whole fair
Yeah.
use thing. It's not
He doesn't
worth
have
it.
that kind of money.
But
And also
somebody's
he'd
got to do
probably
it.
lose.
I think it's a worthy cause to do something about the way the law sees modifications, because it is as bad as the right to repair.
Do you think you can get enough of a backing to get like other people, like Small Ant or any of those other dudes? who do
Probably,
stuff like
but
that?
I mean,
Small one.
like I know H3 when they went through their stuff, they got back to like 50 grand or something, and that went nowhere. That was like gone on day one.
But I mean, the H3 stuff, didn't he like win the case though?
Yeah.
So that's the difference, I feel like. But yeah.
But what if
He
he
spent
lost?
a lot of money and a lot of
No,
time.
he did.
you know?
He did. Yeah, you're
He
right.
spent more than that, and what if he had lost?
Yeah.
So that's
So
the
I
last
don't know if
time
it's
we're going
worth
to talk about that, unless
No,
something
it's not.
else, unless something else
We're definitely gonna
happens.
bring that
We
up.
have seen that lawyer video, and it had a lot of interesting food for thought. Yeah, I don't think it changed much about how we perceive the situation, but definitely changed how I perceive if he went to court, he'd be screwed.
It just made me more upset about how the law is viewing it.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, tax evasion is wrong, but we both do it.
No.
Wow.
That was one time. The only other thing we have is the Xbox thing. that
Yeah,
happened.
you want to talk about it?
Uh,
I don't know what this is. You're going to have to take the reins.
So Phil Spencer was on the Kind of Funny podcast, our best friends.
Oh, I love those guys. They're like right above
I
us
actually like them,
on
and
the
I
Apple
listened.
iTunes podcast.
I listened to the whole podcast.
Did you?
It was great.
You gave them a lesson. You're not helping.
I did.
I hope you listened to us to bounce it out.
Nope.
Okay.
It was. They were very professional.
Were they kind of funny?
They had like a round table. It wasn't funny at all.
Well, then that's false advertising. It's supposed to be at least kind of funny.
They did like a round table thing, and they all had really hard questions for Phil Spencer. So Phil Spencer is the head of
is that
Xbox.
what this is?
Yeah.
Oh, when he like said, "Yeah, Xbox sucks."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
oh my god, I did see that.
And he had a rough week, and they were like, "Hey, man, you had a rough week." And he's like, "Yeah, I've been having a rough week. I'm not in a good." He said, "I'm not in a good mood."
Redfall sucks.
It never looked
No,
good.
it never looked
So they
good.
keep saying that people are disappointed. How could you be disappointed? It never
looked good.
good.
But because the studio made Dishonored.
Yeah, it's a big studio.
It's a big studio.
That I understand. If you heard through somewhere that Arcane was making a new game,
yeah.
you're allowed to be disappointed.
Yeah.
If you didn't see anything after that, if
Yeah.
all you heard was, "Oh, Arcane, I want to play this,"
I think a lot of people
but if
were
you
just.
saw anything,
I think a lot of people were just sucking down
was
that
right there.
copium of like, it'll be fine when it comes out.
sucking it down.
It'll be fine when it comes out. It's Arcane
Yeah.
because they're known for making really fun gameplay,
Yeah.
really cool stories, and this
And this wasn't that.
no, it's bad gameplay and bad story. There's no story.
So Phil Spencer's argument was, I don't want to deter a studio from making the game that they want. So we could.
They wanted to make that.
Yeah.
What went wrong?
It seems like they were forced to make a multiplayer game, but they weren't. Or at least that's what they're saying. Phil Spencer was like, we could have said, make a first person, make a single player narrative game like you always do, and you always do a great job. You're not allowed to do any multiplayer games, but they wanted to make a multiplayer game, so go ahead.
Well, you think
know?
the skills would be transferable? They didn't ask if they could like build a John Deere tractor.
So they said part of it, they knew early on that it wasn't going to run at over 30 frames per second. And Phil Spencer was like, one of our biggest mistakes was that we told people it would, and we knew that it would.
Oh wow!
He straight up said that.
Holy crap!
And he said they farmed it out to other Xbox first party studios who were good at bumping frame rates. And one of them, I think, was Rare.
Oh.
And they couldn't do it.
Oh wow!
Or they're still working on it. They couldn't do it in time.
Probably eventually. But.
He said another giant mistake was we didn't step in early enough. We let them kind of do whatever they wanted, which is what you'd think would be the best thing to do for these studios. But he was like, we should have jumped in earlier and gave them the resources that we had, meaning we should have told them about our other studios that could help them with certain aspects, like getting the frame rate boosted. So he really admitted to a lot of stuff. It was an insane podcast.
There's a lot to dissect here. As an Xbox fan that I am, I have a lot of thoughts, and I don't want to bog down our Nontendo podcast too much with it. But what is the deal in general right now with frame rates on these new consoles? Because we just had Jedi release, and I'm playing that, albeit on PlayStation, and it's horrible. Not horrible. The game is fantastic, but the frame rates are horrible. I'm playing.
I was listening to that podcast, and Gary Whitta is on it.
What did he write anything in Jedi Survivor? Because the story in that is sick
he
too.
said modern games are having a hard time reaching frame rates. Like Jedi Survivor, that game sucks and shouldn't have been released. That's what he said.
It's true. It's true.
Podcast.
It absolutely should have been delayed. I heard that EA even offered them more time and they said no. I heard that.
That's
somewhere.
crazy.
I heard that somewhere. I don't know if that's true. But
So how bad? I haven't played it.
It's
How
bad.
Is it? Oh my god.
It's bad, Bob. I've been playing in performance mode
On PC?
on PlayStation 5. It doesn't hit 1080. So it runs at sub 1080 on performance and it
On a
doesn't
PlayStation 5?
and
That's
it's not
insane.
and it's not 60. It bounces, I can't remember exactly what it was. I think it bounces somewhere between like 40, 50, something like that, but it will dip down to, I swear, 20. It dips down so bad, so chunky. If you're like near a big town or something and you move the camera, it's almost vomit inducing. And you know on Switch where the like what's that, Outer Worlds was it? That big when it came to Switch and everything looked really muddy and like the faces like you couldn't really make them out. It has that factor to it when you're playing. It almost looks like a Switch port. But
insane.
I'm playing on a PlayStation 5.
It also has problems with higher end graphics cards, which is a thing that we're hearing a lot now. Like people who have like 4090s and stuff are having a hard time running games for some reason. Like
because nothing's optimized.
You're buying these things so that you don't have those problems.
I know. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. But I think that these companies now know they can release things and patch it later, and that's been really hard for the industry.
This is in a really bad state though. Digital Foundry said
I want to watch that.
The best way to play the game is in quality. Because even though it's locked to 30 frames, it is locked to 30 frames. Whereas the performance just goes everywhere and you're not even getting the full resolution.
Yeah.
So, but quality for me in that game is still, it feels like a slideshow. It's tough. Because at times in performance, you will get those high frame rates. And when you try and switch to quality, when it chunks down to 30, it's tough. What is happening?
It's rough because sometimes modern games that are released for consoles sometimes run worse on PC for some reason. And in case like Jedi Survivor and I guess Redfall, they're running worse on console, running better on PC, but they still have issues on PC.
This has to be this is the most, as someone who's lived through every generation since NES, this has to be the most disappointing console generation.
Yeah.
We just had these two games released. We got Redfall running at sub 30 and the game's not even good. We have Jedi, which is sick, but it's playing at whatever the heck it's playing at.
Yeah.
Xbox, Redfall is like the only game. You have Redfall and before that, Halo? I think Psychonauts came out digital somewhere in there. That game was actually pretty fun.
They wanted, that was one of the questions that I think went viral. The viral question was, Phil Spencer said at the very end of the podcast, he was like, people keep saying we should just focus on games, make great first-party games, and then people will switch to Xbox. And he says, nobody's doing that. We lost the worst console generation to lose, which is the Xbox One generation, and no one's going to be selling their PlayStations to buy Starfield. So that's just not their focus.
This man has given up.
I think he's wrong about that.
I think he's wrong too.
I think it would be really hard for them to get people to switch.
On one game? Yes.
No. Even if they have so much competition with
I know.
party
I'm saying
consoles.
Because he's like, no one's going to switch just for Starfield. One, wrong. Two, for one game, maybe. But if you do Starfield, if you do this game, if you do that game, if you do this game.
So much work they got to fight against and years of back catalog for PlayStation and
at
Nintendo.
the start of Xbox's launch, they bought 17,000 studios. Yeah. So bring out Where is Fable? Bring out whatever other games you're working on, the new Gears of War, have Starfield, and then people might start looking at that and being like, I might want to switch. Someone brought up to me recently, I don't like PlayStation 5 exclusive games because I don't play third-person action games and I don't like zombies.
All first-person action games. The third-person action
games.
The
only two, if you look at the whole library of PlayStation 5 games, you have Ratchet & Clank and Spider-Man, which are fun, arcadey smash hits. Everything else is a third-person, over-the-shoulder, probably open world. If it's not open world, it has zombies, and sometimes both. That's their
counts.
whole.
Spider-Man counts as that.
As a third person. I would consider that a little more fun and arcadey. Okay. But if someone's not into those, and then they start getting 2, 3, 4 games on Xbox they might like, I could see them moving over.
It would take a long time, and they would have to they have to make banger after banger, and they're just not doing.
You know
that.
What a long time is though?
What?
3, 4 years. You know how long the Xbox has been out for? 3, 4 years.
Here's the problem: is that seems too hard for them, and they're focusing on other things, on winning in other ways, like
Game Pass,
cloud gaming and Game Pass
and cloud.
And
who cares?
And they took a huge L last week when the UK shot down the Activision merger on the grounds of cloud gaming. They said you would be too big in cloud gaming. That takes up 2% of the whole industry.
Yeah, I know.
So
I didn't know.
So that's their strategy is winning in other ways. Maybe not so much in the console market, but winning on PC and with Game Pass. And they're not allowed to do it because of the laws that exist.
And think about the long run too. I mean, like, ever heard of Netflix?
Yeah.
That was fun.
Hey, they have a game studio.
That was fun for a while. You know what we have now? Hulu and Peacock and Paramount and a billion other things.
Yeah, but Netflix is the only company that's in the green right now. It's the one. Every other streaming service is.
I don't care. You're ruining my point.
I'm just saying.
So,
I'm just saying.
I know. I love you. But Xbox just solely backing itself behind subscription models isn't going to last forever. That's not going to keep it afloat forever.
No, but understand that
I do.
Microsoft is Xbox.
Yes.
And Microsoft has the whole PC gaming market.
Yeah,
so they're winning there, and Game Pass is part of that.
I heard Ouya's making a comeback.
Ouya?
Dude, don't even play. I have my custom guy with the hair Ouya controller. It's
Electric Boogaloo.
Oh my god.
I think
day one, Armadillo Man.
No. Wait, really? No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's a Nintendo exclusive.
And I faked my Switch.
I hate you so much.
Yeah.
nice shirt.
Oh, thank you. Someone finally noticed my shirt.
Is that
a cool shirt.
Splatfest?
Yeah. So right now, actually,
You wore that yesterday.
as we're
That's
filming
gross.
this, I wore it for my stream.
I know.
Stream for a couple hours. I was sitting down. I wasn't sweating. They did a Splatfest Zelda collaboration for the new Zelda, and they had shirts on the store. And Scoot had a great idea. He was like, "Why don't we both buy shirts and we stream together, and we'll just pick a team?"
You asked me to do that, and I was like, play Splatoon?
I know the game sucks, but I was like, that'd be a cute, fun time. So I bought the shirt. I said, "Hey, buddy, I bought my shirt. Can't wait to play with you." He messages me and started this week, "I'm going to California." So I was alone.
I told you that I booked the show.
Look at the back though.
The back
cool.
is great.
The back is really cool.
The back.
You've got branding here, and then you got Splatoon. You got Splatoon here. So you've got Splatoon here.
Nice tattoo.
Yeah.
And then on this side, you have this bicep's not as big. You have Zelda. I'm straddling this chair.
I'm terrified right now.
I fully would have been home to do it yesterday, but stuff happened in my life. I wanted to feel good about myself.
It's
So I
okay.
went
The
to
game
So we
sucks.
went to the strip club.
I went to Disney.
dollar bills.
Also the strip club.
Same thing for him. He gets the same
I
level
need
of
more
enjoyment.
coffee.
Mickey Mouse.
Did we say we're at Southdown?
Did we say we used the wrong Skillshare link?
If we can get back to the Xbox thing, I want to say one thing.
Oh, yeah, let's
podcast
get
now.
back on track, Bob.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
Take the floor, buddy. What you got for us?
I listened to the entire podcast too, and I think it's very deceptive of what Xbox is kind of saying and doing, because they tried to make it sound like we had no faith in Redfall. That's, in my opinion, just not true, because that was a major marketing player for their entire year. This wasn't just
Was it? I didn't really hear much about it.
it was
the only game they had.
it was one of their biggest, they were making it huge. This is
as huge as Xbox can.
They had a lot of marketing budget.
This is our Zelda.
Nothing else to spend it on.
They were really shouting it out. It was in my opinion, the Pikmin 4 to Starfield. Starfield's their Zelda this year.
I don't know. I don't understand anything you're throwing at me right
Okay, that doesn't make any sense.
I kind of understand a little bit. One of the questions
now. Pikmin 4 to Starfield?
So Redfall is Pikmin 4 to Starfield's Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
I
You
would
hear what
agree
I'm
with
saying?
that. I don't think they marketed it. I think they marketed it just about as much as Pikmin 4 has been marketed, no?
It's been the headline of every single
they don't have
Xbox
much
showcase.
else. They have nothing right now.
So what else would they market?
One of the questions that was asked to Phil Spencer was, at what point did you know that Redfall was bad? Because you have previews, you have mock reviews that get sent to you, and then he asked a follow-up question immediately after it, and it just got lost, and he just never answered it. I think he kind of danced around it.
Yeah.
So it's unclear at what point they realized it was going to flop. But I think it's that they let Arcane make whatever they wanted because they trust Arcane because they always make great games. And then
So it's
somewhere,
Arcane's fault.
yeah, I mean, it is. Somewhere towards the end, they realized it's not going to run at a good frame rate, but they lied about the frame rate. They had openly admitted to lying.
They lie. I mean, I don't know.
But also,
lying,
like maybe they thought they could fix it by the time it launched.
lying, yeah, twisting the truth, over promising, under delivering. Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing Xbox did by announcing things like Fable 3 and Hellblade at the start of the console generation, full well knowing they are nowhere even close. Probably not even started yet. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Fable hadn't started at that point. A good example of that is when they revealed Cyberpunk and did the whole reveal trailer, literally showing you the gameplay. They actually hadn't started yet. And they had to then recreate the cinematic trailer they had made that looked like gameplay and actually turn it into gameplay.
Yeah.
Which is why it looked so different to when it was revealed. I wouldn't be surprised if they did the same thing with Fable 3. Hellblade isn't out until next year, which is 5 years after they revealed it.
Yeah. No,
Xbox.
that happens a lot.
Xbox is a mess, but even looking at PlayStation, we're getting these performance issues. These consoles weren't beefy enough when they came out. It seems like they saved a lot of money.
Well, I'd like to say that Nintendo doesn't really have this issue because they have the polish, but then Pokemon.
Well, that comes down to the dev, just like Redfall, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's the dumb thing is, I feel like both these consoles in this generation, Xbox and PlayStation, Xbox more so, didn't have much, and we're coming up on the end of it. Like, we're getting into pro season, and then
We're not getting pros. Absolutely not.
a year or two after maybe not getting or getting a pro, we're going to start hearing rumors of
They need
PlayStation 7.
They need to make the
6?
mid-console iteration. They need to fix the issues that the current consoles already have.
We're going to be hearing about PlayStation 6 and whatever the next Xbox, if they do one, in 2 years.
Yeah, probably. I think next year we're
almost done.
Next year or later this
Name
year
an
even
Xbox
could be the
game
mid-console
other than
Halo.
Redfall and Halo.
Hi-Fi Rush. It's great.
That is a good one. I actually like
That was
one a
really
lot.
good. Yeah.
You know what? Hi-fi is a fun thing to say when you see someone. You know what a fun thing to say is when you say goodbye to someone?
Konbanwa. No, that's hello.
That's the podcast, everybody.
That's hello.
Bye, fi.
Matane.
Oh, daijoubu.
Daijoubu.
Daijoubu. That's the podcast, everybody. Thanks for being here with us.
In Southdown Coffee.
In Southdown, did we
Hey, they
mention
got
that?
an Instagram.
Did we mention
What's the
that?
Instagram? That's it? It's just that easy.
It's easy.
There you go.
It's easy to remember. All right,
They sell
everyone.
beans on their website and stuff. We probably should have mentioned that in the beginning.
They sell beans on their website. You can find links down below. We don't have a sponsor, so it may as well be that.
Oh, we killed the light. This is a perfect time to end. Bye. See ya.
Bye. Next episode is the 1 year. It's going to be a celebration. I'm hoping there's cake.